In the wealthy town of Abidjan, men measured greatness with gold, but one man, poor in silver, yet rich in name, would soon prove that honor was the greatest treasure of all. Yet, even he would face a storm of lies, so fierce it threatened to shatter the only wealth he had. Abidjan was the town of riches. The market rang with the cries of merchants. Camels carried salt from the desert. Ships brought clothes from across the seas, and traders boasted of gold like flowing rivers. In Abidjan, people respected men by the weight of their money. A rich man's word was law, and a poor man's voice was dust. But there was one man who defied this rule. His name was Adekunle. Adekunle owned little. His house was small, his clothes simple, and his meals plain, but his name was wealth. Whenever he spoke, people listened. Whenever he promised, people believed. Gold may glitter, the elders said, but Adekunle's word shines brighter. Strangers trusted him. Travelers left their goods in his care without fear. Mothers told their children, "Be like Adekunle, a good name will feed you longer than a bag of money." Not everyone admired him. Balogun, the richest merchant in Abidjan, despised Adekunle. His caravans carried ivory and gold. His stall overflowed with silk. His house was larger than the chief's guest house. One evening, as people praised Adekunle in the market, Balogun laughed loudly. "What use is this man's name? He eats yam without meat, while I feast on a goat. I sit on silk, while he sits on wood. Tell me, Adekunle, can your honor build you a house? Can it fill your pot with soup?" The crowd grew silent. All eyes turned to Adekunle, but Adekunle only smiled. "Gold may build a house, Balogun," he said softly, "but honor builds a kingdom inside a man." The crowd murmured. Some nodded in respect, but Balogun's face burned with anger. He spat on the ground. "Then let us see whose wealth is greater, my gold or your honor. I will show this town that money rules stronger than the name." From that moment, Balogun began to plot. That night, his servants whispered in the dark. By dawn, rumors about Adekunle began to creep like snakes through the market. Balogun knew how to destroy a man, not with a sword, not with chains, but with whispers. He paid men to carry rumors. At first, they were small. Adekunle hides gold under his floor. Adekunle is not as poor as he pretends. Adekunle cheated a traveler. People laughed. Impossible, they said. Adekunle's name was too clean. But whispers are like smoke. At first, they vanish, but soon they darken the sky. One morning, a caravan arrived from the desert. The goods were broken, grain spilling, jars cracked, clothes torn. Before anyone could ask questions, Balogun shouted, "It was Adekunle. He promised to guard these goods. He failed." Gasps filled the market. The chief sent for Adekunle. "You have always been known for truth," the chief said, "but now the town doubts you." "Speak, Adekunle." Adekunle bowed. "I gave no promise, my chief. My honor would not allow it." But Balogun had paid men to lie. 3 men stepped forward. "We heard him with our ears," they said. "We saw him make the promise." The crowd shifted. For the first time, doubt clouded their eyes. The town turns from that day. The markets changed. Some still greeted Adekunle, but others looked away. Children whispered. Mothers no longer told their children to be like him. Balogun laughed loudly in the market. "Where is your honor now, Adekunle? Gold has bought every thong in this town. You cannot fight him." That night, Adekunle sat alone in his hut. He had no gold to fight with, no power, no army. All he had was his name, and now even that was broken. If a man's name is gone, he thought, what does he have left? As he sat in darkness, a knock came on his door. When he opened it, a stranger stepped in and whispered, "I know the truth, but to prove it, you must risk everything, even your life." The stranger was a traveler from a faraway land. He had seen Balogun's men secretly break the caravan goods themselves before blaming Adekunle. "I will testify," the stranger said, "but Balogun's gold is powerful. The town may not believe me unless you are ready to make a sacrifice." "What sacrifice?" Adekunle asked. "You must place your life as surety. If your honor is false, you will face death. If it is true, the whole town will see." Adekunle's heart pounded, but he lifted his head. "My name is all I have. Let it be tested." The Garden of Chiefs summoned the people of Adijan to the great square. Adekunle had been accused today. His honor would be tested by the trial of fire. Gasps spread through the crowd. The trial of fire was feared. Few dared it. 2 iron rods were placed in a roaring fire until they glowed red like the sun. "If your name is clean," the chief said, "the fire will not harm you. If it is stained with lies, the fire will burn you." Balogun smiled. "At last, this poor man will be destroyed." Adekunle stepped forward. The crowd held its breath. He prayed silently to the gods of truth. Then, with steady hands, he lifted the rods. A cry rose from the crowd. He was holding them, yet his flesh did not burn. Step by step, he walked across the square. The rods glowed, the air shimmered, but Adekunle's hand remained unscattered. At the far end, he placed them down. His palms were as clean as the morning sky. The crowd erupted. "His name is pure. His honor is wealth," they shouted. The stranger stepped forward and told the truth of Balogun's plot. The liars trembled. The chief's guards seized them. Balogun tried to run, but the people caught him. His gold was seized, his lands taken, and he was banished from Adijan. From that day, Adekunle was no longer called poor. He had little gold, but his name was wealth greater than any treasure. "Gold may build a house," the chief declared, "but honor builds nation." Adekunle's name is a crown richer than kings. And so, long after, people told the tale of Adekunle, the man who proved that wealth of honor is greater than the wealth of gold.